So because I've been on YouTube for a few years now and grew a decent following, and I've also helped hundreds and hundreds of people build their own Amazon wholesale business, I have a unique perspective with a lot of first-time entrepreneurs and a lot of mistakes that I see commonly being made. Now, even though I don't have a massive following, surprisingly enough, I do get a lot of DMs, messages, emails, comments, so I see a lot of the same mistakes being made. And in this video, I want to go over exactly what those mistakes are so that if you're making them, you can become aware of it and overcome it and get closer to moving towards the goal you're trying to achieve. Hey, what's going on, guys? Marvin here. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, we talk about Amazon FBA, entrepreneurship. Sometimes we throw in a little self-development, but for the most part, we're talking about making money in one way or another. And if you're into that kind of content, then make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on so you guys don't miss any of my future videos. With that being said, let's get right into the video. So like I said, I have that unique perspective with a lot of first-time entrepreneurs, or they just have the idea of wanting to be an entrepreneur, wanting to start their own business, and I see a lot of the same mistakes being made. So I don't want you guys to make those same mistakes, and I'm going to go over exactly what those mistakes are and how to overcome them. So the first mistake that I see people making is that they have a lack of urgency. Now, I believe that if you're going to start a business, but in life in general, regardless of what you're doing, you need to move with intent and you need to move with some sort of sense of urgency. Now, I want to be very clear. When I talk about sense of urgency, I'm not talking about having a sense of desperation that you need to get something done immediately, you need to get it done now, or it's not going to work out. No, urgency and desperation are completely different things. And this is going to follow people regardless of the business they're going to try to pursue. But specifically, let's just use Amazon FBA, for example. Now, when I say move with a sense of urgency regarding Amazon FBA, I'm not saying move with a sense of urgency because that business model is going to disappear or the boat's going to leave and there's going to be no money left to be made. Not at all. But I think you always need to move with intent and some sort of sense of urgency, because if not, you're always going to be putting things off to a different date. So for example, with Amazon FBA, you can say, oh, I'm going to call that supplier tomorrow, or I'm going to call that supplier next week, or I'm going to build my supplier list next month after I move, or after I get a little bit more comfortable on the phone, or whatever it may be. Or I'm going to sign up for that Seller Central account in a couple of weeks when it's just a little bit more convenient. If you lack a sense of urgency, you will always be putting things off to a later date. And if you have no urgency, the amount of effort and the amount of quality work that you're putting in is always going to be lacking, because you always think that you have a different date that you could do it. I can't relate to this whatsoever, and maybe it's because I have a family, maybe it's because I have kids, and I always have that intent or that sense of urgency because I have a family to provide for. So I can't relate to this at all, but I do see this as a very, very common mistake I see a lot of people who want to start a business making. Now, again, don't mistake moving with intent and having a sense of urgency with a sense of desperation, because a sense of desperation is going to get you nowhere. It's going to get you frustrated. It's probably going to lead to you giving up. Moving with intent and having a sense of urgency to get things done is going to move you closer to your goals. Now, mistake number 2 is having a lack of focus. Now, this is something that's really plaguing all of society in general, and it's probably due to all the dopamine hits we get from Instagram or Facebook, social media, YouTube, but it's getting harder and harder for us to focus for a longer period of time. But in order to create a successful business, whatever that business may be, you need to have some focus, more focus than the average person. If you lack focus, you're probably procrastinating a ton when you're supposed to be trying to work on that business. And a lot of people who are major procrastinators, they usually think, oh, I didn't get what I wanted done today, but I'll do it tomorrow, for sure tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and they say they're going to do it the next day. And there's always that constant procrastination. And the quote goes that the cost of procrastination is the life that you could have lived. So you need to ask yourself if that YouTube video you're going to be watching instead of working on your business is worth it. Is you scrolling on Instagram or is you scrolling on TikTok really worth giving up achieving those business goals or those entrepreneurial goals that you really want to achieve? Now, a way to overcome this procrastination is to plan out your day. You need to have a plan going into your workday, because if not, you're going to be procrastinating. If you try to do it that day, you're going to procrastinate. If you try to wing it, you're going to procrastinate like no other. And I know that firsthand because that's exactly what I used to do. I used to come into the office, try to wing it, or not have a specific game plan, and it would always lead to way more procrastination than if I had a plan. So I always have a plan going into my workday so that when I sit at this desk, I know exactly what I need to do that day. I know the most important tasks that need to get done that day to move the business forward. Now, I'm not talking about planning out a whole bunch of busy work for yourself, because you can be busy answering emails or doing useless things that are not going to move your business forward, or you're not really focusing on the tasks going to move that business forward or get you closer to your goals. You need to have specific major goals for that day. Plan out the major task of that day. It doesn't have to be 20 different things, just a handful of things. If you can get 3 major tasks going to move your business forward done in one day, you will be good, and then you can do all the busy work after those things are done. But you need to have a plan going into that day. Now, mistake number 3, which I think is a very important one, is that people are always looking for that next quick hack. That hack that's going to take them from procrastinating 5 hours a day to being able to focus for 10 hours straight on their business. Or that new business tactic that's going to take their business from non-existent to $50,000 per month. And those things aren't going to happen. You need to already come to your business, whatever your business may be, with a certain mindset that you're going to achieve, and you believe that you're going to achieve what you're trying to accomplish. You have to do the work. Those hacks maybe will increase your productivity, or you may help your business out to a certain degree, but it's not going to make your business. And I see this all the time. Everybody's looking for that new business tactic, or everybody's looking for that new productivity hack to take their productivity to the next level when they have no productivity to begin with, or they have no focus to begin with. You need to be able to do the work. You need to come with the proper mentality if you're really going to try to start a business. If you have no sense of urgency, you don't move with intent, you procrastinate, you have no focus, you have no motivation, you have no discipline, those hacks, those quick hacks, it's like putting a band-aid on a car wreck. Okay, it's not going to work. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to have any sort of significance to you achieving your goals. And the way you overcome this is very, very simple. You need to do the work. You need to find that business that you're really passionate about, that you're really motivated about, that you can have some discipline around, and pursue that business. If you're trying to pursue a business that you have no sort of passion over, or you have no excitement over when you wake up in the day, or you have no motivation to pursue that business whatsoever because you're not really interested in it, but you just see it as a way of making money, that's going to be very, very short-lived. So find a business that you're passionate about. You need to monetize that passion of yours, but you need to do the work. Don't try to put a bunch of band-aids on a car wreck. You have to do the work. I promise you, if you have some sort of urgency, you move with intent, you have focus, you don't procrastinate, and you don't look for the easy way out, in 1 month, you'll be way, way farther ahead into accomplishing your goals than if you were just implementing quick hack after quick hack after quick hack for an entire year. But this is just some quick advice from a completely normal guy with 0 business experience who then grew a multiple 6-figure businesses. And these are just some of the things that I struggled with, but I overcame them, and I want to help you guys overcome them as well. So if you guys are making these mistakes, hopefully you guys are aware of it, and hopefully you guys can move past them moving forward. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Did you guys find this video helpful? Do you guys suffer from procrastinating or having a lack of urgency? Let me know down below, and we can talk about it in the comment section. Until then, I will see you guys in that next video.